Well, hello guys, welcome back. So Loki to the rescue. So Skull. Mmm, it's so good. Cocoa, marshmallows. We rescued Odin. We did. We rescued Odin. I'd had it there, babe. I'd absolutely had it. He wanted cocoa with marshmallows all day today because it was pretty cold, and I kept putting it off, and I kept putting it off, and I kept putting it off because I'm like, that was good. I kept putting it off because I'm like, the moment I make this for him, he loses his little vegetarian club card, and the vegetarian police are probably coming as we speak. And I got not on my watch back here from little foxes going to defend his brother, and I said, "Oh my God, you have been like a living saint for the last couple weeks, coaxing me into vegetarianism, and like even we're eating like some vegan options and stuff like that." I said, "You are not the new crown prince of evil because you like cocoa with marshmallows. What kind of monster doesn't?" And I said, "Okay, oh, all right. So maybe some people don't like marshmallows, but I think they're sad, unhappy people." I said, "Babe, you're not evil, and you not having this cocoa does not undead the cow or pig or whatever it was." I said, "I'm sorry, babe, but it doesn't do that." And it's just enough of the old Odin that he's like, "I don't think I'm bad." I'm like, "No, you're not bad." And I said, "You know what? As we're listening to all these new age gurus, I said he is right. He's exactly right. You are perfect the way you are. You were perfect when you ate, beef on our wedding renewal vow day. You were perfect when you ate turkey on Thanksgiving, or Thanksgiving, or whatever you want to call it. You were perfect every time you ate whatever you've eaten lately, because I think a lot of the vegan food is actually not touching it, and he just doesn't have the heart to say it." I said, "You are perfect the way you are. I don't care what you eat. I do not care what you eat. And if this is going to keep you, this label is going to keep you away from your favoriteest food, the one thing I can guarantee that I can usually get him to have, cocoa with marshmallows." I said, "Enough. Enough. I've had enough. You're not doing this anymore, babe. We got the chicken to keep us in line. We got the rooster back there, but I said, enough." I said, "I don't care if you decide tomorrow you're going in on with us on turkey and bacon or whatever kind of bacon we have, or if we eat bacon tonight." I said, "I don't care, but I'm watching you suffer. I'm watching you suffer because you're trying to do the right thing and you're trying to be compassionate. And you've seen what humans have turned it into. They've basically weaponized it, and they've basically made it about getting more points than other people have." We watch people. Okay, Reddit's a trash fire. I know that, but we watch people on vegetarian Reddit just pounce on people because they eat gelatin maybe like once or twice a year, or there's gelatin in a soup. And one person said, "Could I be a more relaxed vegetarian?" Well, then you're not a vegetarian. Wow, the vegans have taken over, and that's why I actually left vegetarian years ago, because the vegans were starting to take over all the vegetarian spaces and drown out vegetarian voices. I swear to you guys, vegetarians were relaxed people. They probably had cocoa with marshmallows in because it was only marshmallows, and who doesn't like marshmallows? And they still consider themselves vegetarian if they had the occasional fish. They didn't have to have this label pescatarian. And they didn't have to need the label flexitarian to throw out all other people who ever eat a slice of bacon or a piece of meat because you're evil and you have fallen from grace. I said, "Do you see what this has become? You are trying to practice compassion, which is a beautiful thing, and I admire him for it." I said, "These people are just playing I'm better than you at this game because I'm claiming, who knows if they're truthful or not, that I haven't eaten meat for 20 years. Good for you. It must be a sad and lonely life, but good for you." And I don't care what you guys eat. I don't care if you eat raw vegetables. I don't care if you eat raw meat. I don't care what you eat. Just don't, bring it onto the channel. And I said, "This is tearing you apart. I'm officially angry. I'm mad. The one thing you look forward to all year when the weather gets cold is your cocoa." And he had asked a couple times, and I was going to make it. I was going to make it, and then we're watching this guru because Loki will always provide the right answer at the right time. And the guy's like, "You are perfect as you are now. It doesn't mean we don't work on our stuff." But I said, as for this new diet, I forbid it. I forbid it in my house. I'm talking to my God. I said, I absolutely forbid this because look what you're doing to yourself. You're tearing yourself apart because of what a bunch of humans say. Do you really remotely care? Old Odin wouldn't have cared about, what humans think. I said, you still be compassionate and have your frickin' hot cocoa with the marshmallows in it. You're not a monster. And if you eat bacon with us on the weekends or we start putting more meat back on the menu, you haven't failed. You're still choosing, you're still choosing compassion. You're still choosing to change up the menu a little bit. I said, these people that are all or nothing are what's going to destroy these lifestyles. I said, purists destroy everything. They always do. Because, once everybody meets the rules, then they add new rules, and they add new rules, and they add new rules. And, they're obnoxious and they're in your face, and they're, there's a joke about how do you find the vegan? Don't worry, they'll tell you. And, that's it. And I said, he really, he only went towards a label vegetarian because that was going to be the compassionate thing. And Ganesh tried to teach him, but then Ganesh is like, I'm sure being a god, he knows vegans exist, but like he's like, why am I morally evil because I drink milk and I like honey? And I'm like, well, you're just evil. And you know, a lot of these gods are getting kind of cheese. Like the Greek gods are like, what is wrong with honey? This is something we gods literally gave you humans. Now the foods we gave you aren't good enough. I said, humans like to play games. I said, this is like, it's a thing that people that can afford to do it will do, and they'll play mean games with each other, and you're never as vegan as I am or a vegetarian as I am. I said, I forbid it in my house anymore. I said, if this is what it's going to do to my husband, he's still evolving. But I said, you know what? No, absolutely not. If vegetarian is going to do this to you, absolutely not. Not in my house. I think he's kind of happy. I think he was hoping I would explode and take over. So I was like, no, absolutely not. Mm-mm, mm-mm. Not if this is what it's going to do to you. Because this teacher that I like, he's like, yeah, you should try to become a better person, do what's better for you. Yeah, at the same time, um, God really doesn't care if you're eating a cheeseburger. He really doesn't. Odin didn't care if I was eating meat. He was trying to practice compassion, and humans has always had a rule enough for him because he couldn't have his cocoa with his marshmallows, but be compassionate at the same time. I said, you see, and if you say there's a vegan option, I'm kicking you off the channel because I was a vegan. That stuff tastes like crap, and everybody knows it. Even the vegans, reviewing that stuff on Amazon are like, this stuff sucks. Don't waste your money. I was trying to do something nice, and this is the crap you gave me. Yeah, and I'm not going to make him the vegan version. I was worried about, me being the human getting enough calories and getting enough protein and everything, getting enough calcium and not developing some kind of disease. I said, for him, I'm sure as a god he doesn't have to worry about, but I'm like, you have lost everything that gave you joy. I know you love beef. I know you love this and this. I said, absolutely not. You could still be compassionate, babe. You're not eating every animal. you know and if we go to a omnivore diet again, we can just not eat meat at every freaking meal. It'll be fine. So Loki to the rescue, because Loki was like, yes, rage, 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 and make Odin was so excited. He was like shaking with excitement for his cocoa. So again, we're going to resume our cocoa drinking. So skull to you good people. And I didn't want to be the one to talk to him because I knew he was kind of looking timidly at veganism too, because he is evolving, he's becoming different. And I'm like, you gonna tell him we have to throw out all the horns and furs and leather jackets and leather shoes and everything else in that case? I was kind of hoping you would broach that subject. Nope. Yeah, I'm not gonna tell him. I'm not gonna tell him either. Just let him find out. He'll be devastated, but then, maybe we'll get him back into, and that was it. He realizes now vegetarians wouldn't have drinking horns, and vegetarians, made out of real horn from India yet. Vegetarians wouldn't have fur on their mic boom and, stuff like that. And I'm like, I love you, honey. This was noble and darling. We can still practice compassion without going to extremes, and that made me angry to see my husband be like, I can't ever have cocoa with marshmallows again. That made me angry. And so if there are vegetarians or vegans out there, I'm not trying to insult you. It's if you can live that way and you're happy and you're fulfilled and you can afford to have the replacements and you actually enjoy them, great. A lot of people can. And it's why your family keeps trying to feed you meat. They knew you liked it. You apparently enjoyed it before. It's why your family will buy you milk chocolate. It's why your family is like, you're having this cocoa with the marshmallows and you're having it now. We love you. We don't love a stupid label. We don't love idealism. We don't love, people, trying to score points on other people. Let the vegan police and vegetarian police come for him. Loki and I will fight them off. Goddamn straight. We're gonna wreck the channel, but we got mad. We got mad. Nobody's gonna hurt Odin, not on my watch. And I'm like, you're suffering. Just have the cocoa. Have it. He was so happy. He was like shaking with joy. So yeah, Loki to the rescue. Don't touch Odin. Don't touch any of my gods. I still think he's compassionate. I still think he's winning. I still think, we'll just balance out the menu and then you guys won't be hearing about it. But, yeah, that was enough. That was enough. And I know I could feel he's my husband. I could feel he actually wanted beef because we had beef for the wedding renewal vows on Halloween. And I know he wanted to do it at Thanksgiving or around Thanksgiving to renew our vows again because he's a sweetheart. And you know what? That's what we're doing for you, old babe. I got use. I got use. I was praying you say that. That's what we're doing for you, old babe. We're doing turkey and bacon this weekend, and then we're doing that for you. I got best wife ever. He's a sweetheart. I don't think there's anything morally wrong with him doing this, but we'll let you guys know how stuff turns out. Bacon and turkey this weekend should perk him up pretty good, and then that for we can still cut back. You can still cut back if you're concerned about stuff and you want to practice more compassion. Fine, cut back. That's what works for most people. Cut back. It's the extremists that are going to ruin the world. That's what's going to happen. So, kind of preachy, kind of sorry about that, but not really because somebody upset my husband and I got pretty angry. So, if you guys like what you see, like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you later. Bye bye.